spoken to this lady, and we talked so much on how she will talk at that place. And unfortunately, the husband was a very super person. So at the end of the Julie, the judge said that he's gonna give the custody of the children to the father. And the children were of age 3 and 6. And it was so heartening to this lady, to a point she could not control herself, as in crying so much, because you are a parent, you are a mother here seated. Imagine a child of 3 years and a child of 6 years going to live with the daddy because the judge or the prosecutor has declared you unfit to rear your own kid. And it was done. And I was feeling this is not right. How can I be able to become a peace in this home where you can see now there is a lot of devastation? The woman now is almost taken to like a mental person. And it was not right. And after we went outside, we talked about it with the lady who was very historical. Alikuwa analia sana to a point hata kumweleza anything. It was not easy. And at the end of the day, I happened to meet this man. He was laughing, alikuwa anafurahia with his family ya kwamba wameweza kushinda the case. And to that point nilienda nikamnogonezea, nikamuuliza, can I be able to speak to you just for a few minutes? When he said yes, I got an opportunity. And when we sat down with him, we talked and we talked. He gave his ears to me and we talked, and at the end of the day, he was regretful. That is how a peacemaker comes in, because I could see him see sense of going with these children and the devastation of these children and the life is putting his children, and the way the children will come out, it was not right. So tuliongea, akakubali na akasema the judge has said it, but still I can go there and talk about it. And at the end of the day, at the moment we are talking, these two parents are together. So I thank God for that. We are talking about conflict in the family because we have children here. What is conflict in the first place? Tunaweza kusema ya kwamba conflict ni nini? Ni mgogoro. Tunaweza kuwa ni mgogoro, kuna wengine wanasema ni mzozo, unaweza kuzozana. You see, maybe like when you are going in a matatu, you might see hao watu wa manamba wakipigana, wakiambiana maneno. That is how conflict, it starts from somewhere. Mmoja anaona ya kwamba ameonewa, mwingine anaona ya kwamba mimi nimeshinda. That is how conflict starts. There are so many ways, there are so many things za kuweza kujua kuna conflict, kwa sababu watu hupigania in a family setup. Watu hupigania nini? Finances. Finances inakuanga the chanzo cha kupigana through, because tumeingia, we have come in the family. There is no the speaker said that there is no manual ya kuingia kwa nyumba na kuambiana nini. So there is this about finances. Wengine tumeingia because we wanted to kuja to cooperate ama tuingie pale so that we can be able tusaidiane katika mashida zile tulikuwa nazo. You are employed, I'm employed, so can we talk about finances? Sometimes we don't. So there is issues on finances. Na nyumba nyingi zinavunjika right now. It is due to finances. The other thing ambayo inaleta shida katika nyumba ama in parenting in these houses, some are job careers. Wewe ni askari na mimi ni nurse. Uko shift ya usiku, mimi niko ya mchana. Can you see that kind of a scenario where most of the times you do not meet, so you do not have sometimes to talk and to talk together? So unakuta ya kwamba there is a conflict in our job careers. The other thing is, like we have been told by our facilitators here, there is sibling rivalry. Kule unakuta ya kwamba they are arguing for something. Like in my case, we used to argue so much with my sister, because most of the times nilikuwa nafua nguo na yeye anakuja anaivaa na anaenda nayo na hatafua, so you find there is a conflict. Kila tukija we have to fight kwa sababu why did you have to do that? So that's a conflict ambayo inaweza kuwa pale. The other thing is the in-laws, the ones that we love so much. The in-laws comes in and they set their pace in your home, and most of the times you'll find there is a conflict because of the in-laws. The other thing is just rushing to the conflicts so that we can see we can know how to deal with them. The other thing is a new baby child is born. That's another stress that the way we have been told that there is no manual ya kulea mtoto. That's another stress. Inaweza kuleta a lot of conflict within you. The other thing is where there's a stepmother or a stepchildren. That's another kind of conflict, because kuna watoto ambao pengine wako pale and you don't know how to deal with them, and there was no communication that these children wanaletewa another mother. That's a conflict in the first place, which is very deep rooted, and we know how to deal. We shall know how to deal with it. The other thing is the broken promises. Maybe you entered into a marriage and you have been promised heaven on earth, and now you are in the frame. Uko pale. The heaven you have been looking for is nowhere to be found. That's a conflict in itself. So you'll find people are fighting, or even they're in conflict, and most of the conflicts resort to war, resort to death, resort into taking people to the court. We have so many court cases of divorce cases, but when you look at the deep root of those conflicts, they started from the things that we have talked about. You will find that they cannot match together, they cannot be compatible because of the conflict that were unresolved before they took it to the court. So you will find there are so many issues people do have. So when we are talking about resolving conflict, as we go through, we will find that there is one item that has been spoken all through. Our facilitators have spoken about communication. Communication is one key of solving problems. Communication. Learn to listen to each other. And there's one thing that I say, that you cannot listen to somebody who is yelling up, who is talking, so who is ambaye anatukanana or is fighting you. That is not good listen. You cannot listen when you are being beaten up. No, walk away fast so that you can have peace, so that now you can come in when you are sober, when you can be able to talk and listen to each other. Do not say that you are going to listen carefully and huko ngumi inakupiga na inakutwanga. Toroka kwanza. The first thing, don't stay in that kind of a abusive place. First, get out, then seek time and place where you can be able now to talk when people are sober. The other thing is Draw attention to the conflict. Draw attention to the conflict. What does that mean? It means that there is an issue that you had with maybe your spouse or even your child. Because here we are talking, you can be having conflict even with your child. Draw to the attention of the conflict. Look at the issue. What is the issue or at hand? Was it coming late? Was it maybe you've told the child to cook and maybe she didn't? Do not exaggerate. Do not exaggerate about the any other thing, but talk about the issue that it is at hand. The other thing, express yourself without blaming. Do not bring blame game. Do not blame. Do not usilete yale ya last year, the end of hiyo miaka yote. Just speak what is the issue at hand and without blaming the other person. Deal with one issue at a time. The other thing is when you make rules, involve everyone and walk the talk, as we have been told. Make rules, follow them to the letter, and involve everyone so that you can make rules together. So that when one is breaking the rule, you'll be able now to reprimand this person. Let us sit, let us see what we can be able to do. Now, there are some strategies we use in mediation. I'm a mediator by profession. There are some strategies we use. We use like accommodating. You can accommodate maybe something that is accommodatable. You can accommodate that. You can use the avoiding. You can avoid that. And if it is not something that is escalated so much, you can be able to avoid and live with it. The other one is collaboration. You can do that. You can do the other one that is compromising. If you can be able to sit together, you see this issue and this issue, you can compromise so that you can be able to make peace. Try as much as you can. View conflict as an opportunity for growth. Usione conflict ukaona ya kwamba this is the end of you. See an opportunity for growth. Why? Because when you sit together, he or the child will come down and then you'll bring new ideas. And when the new ideas come in, it will bring growth in this family rather than separation. View it as an opportunity. Don't view it as something that is this is the end of the world. Just see an opportunity to grow and to grow even higher. The other one is respect each other. Respect, because when you came in, kila mtu alikuwa na shida zake in different ways. Respect each other and learn to live with the other. Don't look at the personality. Just look at the issue and the person that you have so that you can be able to make peace. The other thing is, don't make a scene or deliberately in the public. Tunapenda sana, saa ile tumekosana, tunatoka pale nje, tunatukanana, tunaonyesha everyone. Sasa hiyo ndio ilikuwa, sasa mimi ndio nimeshinda. You show each and every person that now wewe ndio umeshinda na unaitoa kwa nje. Men or children hawatakikani kupigwa mbele ya watoto wengine. Mchukue, muonyeshe makosa yake na uweze kuonyesha how to deal with it to end the conflict. Appreciate your partner or your child. Love unconditionally, as we have been told. Learn to say these powerful words. I am sorry. Thank you. Excuse me. They break the ice. Those words are very powerful that can break the ice and you can be able to continue together, talking together. The other thing is, and the last one is, forgive, forgive, forgive. Let it go. Holding on to anger is like grasping a hot coal with intent of throwing it at someone else. You are the one who get burnt first. So forgive, forgive, forgive. Conflict cannot survive without your participation. If you don't participate, it cannot survive. May the Lord help us to resolve conflict before it escalates to danger and even to divorce and devastate the family. God bless you.
Appreciate. Once again, let's appreciate Elder Aris Mwaura. That was a beautiful representation. That conflict only exists because I do. Did you know that? Or have you thought about that? That conflict exists because I do. So we are making a resolve this evening that the Lord will allow us to handle conflicts more diplomatically. We'll seek out for help and we will avoid escalating them. Because there is no number one or number two when it comes to a conflict. We are all losers. Thank you very much, Elder Alice, for that beautiful presentation. And the nuggets that we are taking in, there are things that we need to run with in life. As we continue waiting for the questions, and studio, we are ready for any questions in case you have them streaming online. We are ready for any comments. We are also ready to clarify a few things that could have not been understood by our online viewers or even the viewers in the house. But as we wait for them, I want to share something. The book of Proverbs says that a bad child grieves the mother. And this is one of the reasons why, as Woman Guild, we decided to come up with these topics, so that we'll be able to empower ourselves, so that we'll be able to empower the younger generation. And as I sit here, I keep wondering, this should have been done much earlier when I was parenting small babies. But at the same time, I'm looking forward to be a grandmother, so I'll be an effective grandmother. Praise the Lord. Again, I want to share about the women that we all resonate with. When you look at Jochebed, when she looked at her baby, and all other babies are being killed, she decided to hide her child. And she didn't hide her in a barroom or in the house or in the bunker. She took her child and hid her inside the water. Where there are storms, where there are crabs, where there are crocodiles. She hid her child where there was danger. But that child survived. Why? Because it was a fine child and she had God's destiny. Our children have God's destiny in the middle of so many chaos that we are living in. I look at Mrs. Manoah. The Bible does not give her name. Angels come to her and tell her that you're going to get a baby. She was barren for a while. And then she asked very quietly, after I get this child, what will be the skill or what will be her livelihood? What will he live to be? It is the mothers who will look out what their children will be. Spot it, encourage it, and cause it to grow in reverence and fear of God. They are our children. They are ours. Eli saw a little boy in the temple, but Hannah saw a priest. And every year, she made a little robe for the priest. She didn't make many robes together, but each for every visitation. Each for every visitation. I keep wondering as she stitched that robe, what was she saying? What was going through her mind? As you look at your children's homework book, as you see them praying, as you see them quarreling, your every sibling, Kwanza Elder Mwaura, we need a topic on its own. We need time on its own. I don't know, maybe your homes are better. I hear a lot of lively sibling in my house. And people keep fighting and quarreling, and I wonder, now I know. But it is how we model these children, is how we deal with these children that will represent God. We are waiting on the studio for any comment, for any question, so that we can be able to have our facilitators engaged. And even for us in the house, kindly feel free to to ask any question so that we could clarify, we could learn, we could even receive a comment from you. Over to you, studio. I'm being told that we don't have any questions online, but then we have people and ladies in the house. Is there any comment, any question, so that we can be able to respond to them? We have 10 minutes that we need to use and use them well. Anyone, ladies? So could we get a comment? Right at the back. You could pass the microphone. Head, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ladies.
Good afternoon.
This is not my personal question, but I'm asking on behalf of parents who the children have refused to take care of them, but when they are old, wanaenda kungoja wakufe ndio wachukue mali yao. What we do, how can we help those people?
Thank you very much.
This is directed to Mom, Mrs. Gidaiga.
You, from my perception, maybe these children were not prepared for life, and so they don't have anything. They did not go the way they were supposed to go, so they are just there expecting that what belonged to our parents also belong to us. And we are going to quarrel, and some of them are even destroying each other, killing each other, fighting each other to share what belonged to their parents. There must have been somewhere where things failed to happen, that they were not properly maybe guided, according to my perception, by the parents themselves and shown this is the way to go. And also the parents did not prepare properly. And sometimes many parents are dying and leaving their properties, but they never even mention anything that this is the way I'm going to share what I have amongst you. Otherwise, kila mtu atafute yake. Because they should not be waiting for us to work so hard to get what we worked so hard for. But this need to be communicated early enough as they grow up.
Thank you very much. I don't know, in the panel, is there any other facilitator who would want to comment on that shortly? That's a delicate question that needs to be handled.
Maybe I'll just add, if you see a child who is waiting, as our mother has rightfully put it, so that the parents die, so and then they take over. Then this child must have been idle, pengine doing nothing, and that's why they are waiting for that end so that they take over. But if you trained your children from the word go, that you eat your sweat, you have to go out as I go out, so that you get your 2,000, and maybe you need a phone, and I can add my 500 onto that so that you buy the 2,500 one. This child will know from the very beginning, or as they grow up, that if I need anything good, I have to work hard for it. My parent can only top up. But if you bring your child in this way, I need a tablet worth 60,000. And you as a mother, you go to shamba, ukope, ndio mtoto apate kile anataka. So what does that child now get to learn? I demand and it comes. So I think I go back to, the upbringing is very important, because you cannot give them everything. Don't give your children everything. Just give them what is necessary. Even that's why the Lord's Prayer, He has got to give us what we need. What we need, not everything. David said, even don't give me everything, otherwise I'll get out of your will. Don't give your child everything. Let them lack a few things so that they work hard to get them. I know sometimes we want to make them happy because we went through struggle when we were growing up. So they wear a shoe 2 days and they want a brand new shoe, and you're like, when I was growing up, I only had one shoe. Why don't I buy 20 for my daughter? I think you're spoiling them. Just give them what they need, and that extra, let them desire it from, let them know that there are good things out there, but if you work hard enough to get them, you will get them. So that when that time comes, because we are not immortal, one day we'll rest. That son or lady be doing something, and maybe whatever they get after you sleep is simply a top up of what they already have, or what they already have. That's my take.
Thank you very much. Oh, you'd want to say something? Okay, 2 minutes.
Thank you. This one is a very delicate question, as it was asked, and there is a way that you can come in. The first thing is the person who is having this son or these children who are waiting for him or her to die. You call them, all of them, your children. Call them, sit down with them, because now, as you see, you can see there was not a very good upbringing. Just call them together, talk about it, let them know you are feeling. Talk about what you are feeling, and already, because you have the sense that you are sensing that they are waiting for you, already it has happened, na huwezi kumrudisha umlee tena. Kaeni chini, reason together. If there is something that you can be able to kuaganyia, mpatie, kwa sababu nao itakuwa issue. But there is a law that says that huyu mtoto akiua mzazi wake because of the mali or anything to do with that person cannot inherit from that mother or from the father. That is law. You cannot be given anything by the law when you kill your parent because of that wealth or anything. But the mother, because now it is time, it's a bit too late to take this child back to, so that you can be able to bring that person, talk together. If you have got anything to share it, and let them know where you are coming from, so that there cannot be a conflict inside at the end of the day.
Thank you very much, Elder, for those deep insights. My fellow counselor here is saying something, and I speak on her authority. We are in an era where we have taught our children okay. There's a sorry. There's a question on the screen. We will come back to that. At what age should a child, let's have it again. At what age should a child leave parents' bedroom? At what age should a parent leave the parents' bedroom? Question number 2. And Mrs. Gekunju, think about the first question. My son wants to go for rite of passage. Yes, he's 15 years, but I have a single room and I'm a single mother. And she said we hide her name. That is privacy and that is all right. I don't know what to do. How do we advise that, Elder Aris? The first question I direct it to Mrs. Gekunju, and the second one I take it to you, Elder Alice. But before we go to that question, thank you, studio. I want us to hem what our mom has asked there. We need to teach our children about creating wealth. For now, tunaona hii mambo ikiwa mbali kwa horizon. Have you ever traveled far na unaona kule umbali uone kama utafika? Lakini kama wewe umetoka kule nimetoka, tunasema matukoma ninawonegokia. Very soon we will be at that age. What have we done? Teach your children how to create wealth. Number 2, we are in an era where your children will tell you it is my right. Sijui kama mmesikia hiyo. It is my right. Nawaambia kuna COVID hamwendi kucheza. It is my right to go and play. As much as it is your right, we also need to teach them it is their right to work hard and to earn a living. Therefore, what belongs to me, it is theirs, but it is also important for them to run to create their wealth. So we need to be very alert and very careful when we are asked and we give, because it is on that ground they make conclusions. That even when this lady should do, hata wanakuuliza mami umezeeka, and you are like, so we need to be careful as mothers. What are we bringing up? Thank you very much. I take the next question to Mrs. Gekunju.
Okay, good afternoon once again. So the question is tricky. At what age should a child leave the parents' bedroom? I think I'll answer it twofold. First of all, if you're blessed in a way that you have many rooms, so that you have your bedroom. I'm now talking about a first-time mother. Let's just concentrate on that, so that you have your bedroom. The Adam and Eve have their bedroom, and there's another bedroom that is free. I would suggest that the child should live in their bedroom from the word go, when they were born. Yes, the mother should go there to nurse, because you also need time to sleep. We have all been mothers, isn't it? Decorate this room. If you have a boy, make it blue. A girl, make it pink, and put everything that a girl would wish to have in that room. Go there to breastfeed. If you want to candle, go there to candle. If you are doing the washing, go there and wash. And then when you let them to sleep, go to your room also and take a shower and do everything else that a young mother should do. So I would prefer that it happens the first day. But if you are in another setting, that maybe the only bedroom that you have is also where Adam and Eve are sleeping, in that case, you have to spend a few nights with this child, and maybe preferably beside there, because our God is a God who provides. You can have a baby cot. Maybe after 3 months, let them sleep alone. Remember, these are life that is the moment you're only supposed to be together when you are the 9 months. Those are compulsory. Mko hapa kwa hapa na yeye. Is that okay? But the moment upon birth, they have their breathing system and you have yours. Let everybody walk their walk. I do not mean that now alale 24 hours na huendi kumwangalia. Mothers, we know how to time ourselves. After every 2 hours, go there. We said order. Did we not talk about order? This child, let them not know that every time Nikitan heavy breastfeeding, Nikitan is breastfeeding. If it is breastfeeding at 7, after 2 hours at 9, at 11, intervals of 2 hours. And that is how they'll grow. In between, they'll just sleep. But if every other time they turn a little, their beautiful hands like this, they want to breastfeed, you're already teaching disorder. That is my take.
I don't want to teach disorder. Madam Mary, I don't want to teach disorder. I don't know whether there's a different view on that. Even the mothers in the house. We said parenting, there is no expert. There is no authority. We are sharing scripts. Is there a different feeling or a different take on that before we handle the next question? Yes, right at the back. Let's use our protocols. We sanitize and we can have the microphone.
Good evening. My name is Catherine Nganga. Okay, I want to support what Mrs. Gekunju has said, but I also have a different view. Sometimes it may be hard if you have a newborn baby and he or she is sleeping on a different room. But I would also suggest maybe you can put the baby in a cot, but in the same room, but at least do 6 months in the same bedroom. Then after maybe 6 months or 1 year, then the baby can shift. Thank you.
Thank you for that deep insight. Thank you very much. I want to take the last comment on that question from Councillor Mrs. Kedaiga.
My comment is children go through developmental stages, 0 to 1 year. So up to 1 year, baby is saying, Mommy, I'm you, you are me. And I want to develop trust. If I trust you, I will fixate trust in my brain forever. And then that will give me hope in life. But Mommy, if you stay away from me, then it means I don't trust you, Mama. So I don't trust myself. Throughout my life, hopelessness is either hope or hopelessness that is fixated in the brain. 1 to 3 years, but baby is saying, Mommy, freedom. I want my freedom, our autonomy versus doubt. I want my freedom. So put me in a court, or put me a little bit away from you. Give me my space. And Mommy, teach me boundaries. You don't teach me boundaries, then don't blame me later. So autonomy is you make me willpower. Yes, I can. I can be on my own. I can do things. I can be me. Mommy can be herself. And that will be fixed in the mind. And you are shaping the personality. Personality, you are shaping the career of this child. And then there's 3 to 6 years. So 1 to 3, give that baby freedom. And even when they start crawling and also start climbing things, start teaching discipline. That is, do not only wait to use corrective discipline. Use discipline through teaching. No? Yes. 3 to 6, I want to know, Mommy, am I a man or a woman? Boy is asking, am I a man or a woman? They want to know their gender. I said there are so many more homosexuals and lesbians in our schools, institutions, and out there. Now, gender identity disorders is too much. And this is the age when they want to know whether they are men or women. So it's good, as we are talking about separation, even this one with single room. Why don't you partition this single room, even with the curtains, so that the child feel freedom, be yourself. And also, let's have boundaries and limits. Even with their own bodies, when they'll be teenagers, I learned boundaries and limits. Don't touch. My body don't touch. And then they will not steal from you. Boundaries and limits. I cannot go into my mother's handbag and steal some money. They learned. You communicated. Asante.
Wow. That's nice, isn't it? Very well done. Thank you very much for those people who have answered that question. Before I get back to you, ma'am, let's get the second question, how Elder Maura will handle it. About the mom who is having a 15-year-old boy, want to go to rite of passage, and yet she's in a single room. How will she go about it?
Thank you for that question. This is a mom who has brought up this child wakiwa wawili. They have been together all through. And now imefika wakati ya rite of passage. Hajaacha kuwa mom. But there is this thing that we are talking to those who are single parent. You have a child, a boy. Make sure you may attach this young man to an uncle or to a man figure ambaye anaweza kuwa anasimama pale kwake, kwa sababu you really need this person to be mentored. So in the rite of passage, sababu wewe hutaweza kumtayarisha and you are in a single room, better take this person to the uncle, imalizike, apelekwe katika the rite of passage through all the creations na kumaliza na all that. And that is where the church was coming in, so that at least unaweza kuondolewa ile mzigo ya kukaa naye wakati ule. But after that one, because now it's still your child, hakuna mahali unaenda na nyumba yenu ni hiyo single, what can you be able to do? You doesn't have money ya kumkodishia nyumba akae peke yake. So you are going to stay with this person, but do a lot of talking to this young man. Talk so much so that at least each and every other time, as the Bible says that niambie, rudia, kama vile kwa mtoto, weka maadili. Lakini attach this young man to an uncle or a mentor, somebody you can trust. You can be able to mentor this child to grow into the manhood. But you are going to live with this child because that is your home and you have no other home to stay. But do not sleep with this child. And we call him a child in the same bed. We have cases where mothers have been impregnated by their own sons. So it's a cautious thing. Make sure analala pale chini and be alert and talk much. So it is quite delicate, but that is why we say that you let this person be attached to somebody who can mentor this young man well. And you talk a lot and you talk the word of God so that it can instill discipline. That is my take.
Thank you very much. Indeed, this is a sensitive topic. And I would also want to encourage this mom. You may not just be having one son. You could even have two sons. And we are in that single room. I think how we communicate is the one thing that will allow us to coexist with each other, respectively, maintaining your place as the mom and them maintaining their place as the children of the home. And we thank God for the church, what it's doing, allowing the ladies who do not have the male figures inside the house to take them through this rite of passage. Thank you very much. We had the comment at the back there. Maybe we can hear what our mom has to say.
Thank you very much. This is just a concern or observation. Now, next time you bring up this seminar, let it be divided into two. What I mean is, ladies who have children over 30 years and above, they should be taken through that period. Because now when you talk of baby feeding and separation to shows, it does not make any sense. And now when you talk about inheritance and being told this is my right, to a young mother who is having a child or children of below 10, it does not ring a bell. You get what I'm saying? So it is my humble request, as now I'm handling a case, I'm also a counselor, a silent one. A case of two women killed or women killed who are being disturbed by their children. One anakuja ni mwanaume anamwambia you have to give me money, anaenda anakula yote, anarudi kumtukana mama. Mama anajaribu kumwekea business, anaenda anakunywa yote, anarudi pale pale. So what I'm requesting as the church or ladies in leadership, get those ladies who are 40 and above or 50 and above, put them together, let them mwaga their differences, and there you'll be able to heal them. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That is a very bold and a brave observation, and we really appreciate that. And I'm sure the leadership of the guild will look into that, so that we are able to be on the same page. And this is why I carefully said, for the young mothers, you are seeing this is a horizon. Huoni kama utafika pale, na nikasema matukuma ninaguo nigukia. You will find yourself there. But again, that is very brilliant, and it is doable, and it is very possible for the woman guild to collect together those ladies of that particular age and be able to attend to their need. Thank you very much for that comment.
Welcome.
Any other thing, ladies, that we need to comment or to say, suggest or ask a question? We are moving past our time. Oh, there's a question. I found my question betting, and I spent the whole day telling him how betting is dangerous. But of what he had, but I don't see the last one, but I think, but out of what he had bet, he won. Should I ask for that money? I want to read that again. I found my son betting. Put your son's name there, eh? I found my Jed betting, God forbid. And I spent the whole day telling him how betting is dangerous. But out of that money he had bet, he won. Pengine alipata jackpot ya milioni 2. Should I ask for that money? I want a new elder in the house to answer that question. Elder Elizabeth, up your game and tell us what you will tell your son. Allow a microphone there. Si kukulenga, but I know you have a son.
Bwana Yesu asifiwe. The question is a bit tricky, but I thank God because I have been dealing with it and talking to my son, as she has said. And to me, I don't think there's need of her taking the money.
That is elder for you. Hana maneno mengi, asichukue hiyo pesa. And maybe, I think I want to hear a different comment. Somewhere in the middle here. Let me hear a different comment. I know, Dorcas Kamau, you are online. And this is a very close topic to your heart. Betting. or addiction. So if she's in a position to respond, we'll appreciate. But in the middle row, can we get an answer to that? Or I will just speak for myself. Mbona munainama? Rachel, what do you think? Get a microphone and tell us. Should she take the money?
Thank you very much. I think, according to me, it's taking the money is like preaching wine and taking water, or taking water and preaching wine. She shouldn't.
She shouldn't take the money.
Yes.
Thank you very much. I want to allow Mrs. Gekunju to expound on dangers of betting as a teacher in the next 1 minute. I know that's not something you can handle, but how should we handle it? Because a whole day lecture will not change a teenage mind on betting.
Okay, thank you. Now, when it comes to betting, I think as parents, we need to explain to our sons and daughters that the chances of winning, it's so slim, we call it probability. So 1 in a million, maybe 1 million people did betting, and you got that chance, chance 1 in a million to win. So even if this child, as the mother says, won, that's a very slim chance. Maybe he would have to bet another 2 years to win again. So let the child know that you'll have wasted so much money to get too little. And besides, you'll have wasted your life. So many man hours where you're supposed to be, maybe if they're in high school, following their books and their career, or if they are big people, because betting is also done by adults. You sit down so many hours. Why don't you invest in something that can bring results that are guaranteed, instead of just, playing games? Because I don't think even if it's godly. Because Paul tells us we work hard and then eat, isn't it? So let our child know that you need to go and dig in the chamber to be able to plant and harvest a bounty harvest of maize or potatoes, or go to work, go to that kiosk, go to that supermarket, or wherever they are working, so that they earn. But spending a whole day, it's like a hide and seek game. You can sit down 2 days, 3 days. We've seen even university students committing suicide because they were given by their parents money to pay for their rent where they stay, and they did betting, and all the money goes down the drain. So I think here is about asking God to give us wisdom to be able to say something to your son and to your daughter, and the daughter is receptive. Because as you were taught about communication, you talk, there is a person who sent the message and there's a receiver of the message. Because when you say it is bad, God has to intervene and make it possible for your son to understand that truly mama knows or father knows that it is truly bad. So I think I'll leave it at that. It requires a lot of prayer. May God help us.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Madam Mary. From a counselor's desk, betting is addiction. It's a form of addiction. So we need to deal with it early enough. And because this is a Christian forum, we have biblical authority on why betting is not acceptable. I think as Christian mothers, we need to learn. We need to learn those Christian authority or that Christian background, the principles that does not allow betting. And even if he won 1,000,000 shillings, I think I will not ask for that money because I will be an accomplice of the action. Even if he will decide to give me, nitajikaza sana nisichukue ile pesa for the sake of his heart and for his life. I pray that the Lord will allow us wisdom to be able to handle such thing. There was another question online. Maybe you can have it, studio. This is a comment from Irene Kemani. Praise God, church. I am blessed, and that was a good teaching. Thank you very much, Irene Kemani. That's encouraging. I think we are all done. If there's no any other comment, I've not crossed out a comment or a question. I want to take this opportunity to appreciate our facilitators. Oh, thank you for that reminder, Elder. Before we come to the end of this session, guys, our evangelism team leader. She's been doing a good job, and it would be very prudent if she would say hi and comment on what she's been following for the last few hours. Is she there? Evangelist, okay, you can do it on behalf of Kawira, that's fine. Just a minute to give you a microphone. Take 1 minute and say something. Thank you, Rachel.
I want to take this opportunity to thank you all. Thank you for your time that you have taken to come on board and make this day a success. On behalf of the parish chair and the vice, I want to thank you all. May the Lord bless you so much. Back at home and here in church, we have really learned a lot. We are in parenting, but it's true. Nobody has a manual, and we have really learned a lot. Personally, I am on that board of parenting from teenagehood to 7 years, and I thank God that today I have learned a great deal. Thank you so much, Mrs. Gikunju. Thank you so much, Mrs. Maura. Thank you so much, our mother, even Mrs. Mrs. Kinothia. Thank you so much for coming on board. We only planned, but you have made this day a success, and we give all glory to God for the success that it has been. And please, if we call you again, because I see there is need for us to call you again on board to expound on several issues, because the topics are wide and our time was very much limited. We will call you again so that you can expound on these topics, and we should learn more and more. May the Lord bless you. Even to those who have attended, may the Lord do you good, and please come again and again if we call you. May the Lord bless you all.
Thank you very much for that's from the evangelism desk. I want to thank you, all of you who are in attendance, who came in to be with us through the session. Thank you, our online viewers. Thank you, our chaplain, for your unfailing support to the Women Guild, and to all our facilitators, those who availed themselves, who prepared, who burnt their midnight oil to ensure we had quality and good substance to carry us in this season. We really appreciate you and thank you. And because as Women Guild, we have an organization in our system, I want to take this opportunity to invite Elder. She's our new elder, Elizabeth, to come and give a vote of thanks. I was used to secretary. Now I'm saying Elder Secretary Elizabeth. I will get you so that she can give us a vote of thanks and remember all the people who have made this possible, our IT team, the session, the people who have just allowed us to be this afternoon. We welcome you.
And time is not on our side, and we thank God for this far. We cannot take it for granted for being here. It has taken His mighty hand for us to be here, and we have been taught. Is it true? Let us appreciate our facilitators. So, a better clap. A better clap. Once again, we say thank you. I would like to appreciate you all for availing yourself. Wajua mnaweza kuambiwa tutakuwa na talk alafu mjipatie mambo mengi, lakini mumetenga nafasi hii na wakati huu na mkakubali kutumika. Tunashukuru sana, even for our sister Dorcas Kamau, wherever she is, we cannot take it for granted. Mungu awabariki sana. Our studio members, tunajua imegharimu pia mkono wa Mungu. Mungu awabariki sana hata kwa kukubali kuja kufanya kazi hii. And together with our viewers online, that is on Zoom, FB and Facebook and YouTube, Mungu awabariki sana. Tumeona ushirikiano mzuri, hata kuuliza maswali tulikuwa tunawaona pale kwa mtandao. Mungu awabariki sana. And I know as from today we are going to implement whatever we have been taught. Na wale wengine wamekuja physically. This is physical attendance. Bwana awabariki sana na azidi kuwatendea mema. Mungu awabariki na tuzidi kushirikiana na Mungu awabariki sana.
Thank you very much, Elder Alice. I want to ask Elder Elizabeth. Elder Elizabeth, I am seeing a follower of guild in the house. If you know you are a follower of woman guild in the house, simama tafadhali. Thank you very much. Let's give them a hand clap. And now the one who is standing right behind the pillar, you're going to end for us with a word of prayer. Guild ni kutumika. Guild ni kujitoa. Nataka upewe microphone na utufungie na maombi tafadhali. Na utuambie jina lako.
Bwana asifiwe. Kwa majina naitwa Virginia Wajiro. I'm born again. I love the Lord so much. I'm a follower of Guild and I thank God for you. Sasa wacha tuombe. Baba, katika jina la Yesu Kristo, tunakushukuru jioni ya leo. Asante kwa vile umekuwa pamoja nasi tangu asubuhi Jehova. Tunakushukuru kwa sababu hili jambo lilipangwa Jehova, na tumekuwa kwenye shughuli mbalimbali wengine Jehova, na umetuwezesha hata kufika hapa kwa ajili ya neema yako Bwana. Tunakushukuru kwa sababu ya wale ambao walikuwa wametujoin online Jehova, na sisi ambao tumeweza kufika mahali hapa Jehova. Tunakushukuru kwa sababu ya wale ambao Bwana wameweza kutufundisha Jehova. Tunakuomba ya kwamba lolote lile tumefundishwa Baba tukaweza kulitilia maanani Jehova, na likaweze kutusaidia katika maisha yetu, na hata tukikutana na wengine Bwana tukaweze kuwasaidia pia Jehova. Tunakushukuru na tunakuinua Jehova. Tunapofungukana mahali hapa Bwana, tunaomba ya kwamba ukaweze kuandamana pamoja nasi, Roho wako Mtakatifu akaweze kuwa pamoja nasi Jehova. Tunaomba ulinzi wako, tukiomba ya kwamba damu ya Yesu Kristo ikaweze kutuzunguka kila mahali. Tunatumia magari, wengine kutembea kwa mguu, tunaomba ulinzi wako. Tunakutukuza na tunakuinua, ni katika jina la Yesu Kristo tunaomba na kuamini.
Thank you very much, ladies, for your attendance. We can leave